2.5. Reasoning in Algebra and Geometry. Number 1 wants you to fill in the reason that justifies each step. We're starting with saying angle CDE and angle EDF are supplementary. From there, we can say the measures of angle CDE plus the measure of angle EDF equals 180 degrees. We can justify saying that because that is the definition of supplementary angles. Supplementary angles add up to 180 degrees. The next step, we replace the measure of angle CDE with x and the measure of angle EDF with 6x plus 40. Replacing something with something else is substitution. So that's the substitution property for our step, is our justification for it. Now combining like terms, we can use distributive property to justify that. Then, to bring 40 to the other side, we subtract. It's a subtraction property. To go from 7x equals 140 to x equals 20, we divide, so division property of equality. And that's number 1. Number 2 says name the property of equality or congruence that justifies going from the first statement to the second statement. So you go from 2 parentheses 4x plus 6 to 8x plus 12. We do that by distributing, so that's the distributive property. And that's number 2. Number 3, fill in the missing statements for the following 2-column proof. We're given that C is the midpoint of AD, and we're trying to prove that x equals 4. So, statement 1, C is the midpoint of AD. We just said that's given, so first reason is going to be given. Number 2, we're told AC is congruent to CD. That's going to be the definition of midpoint. If C is the midpoint, then the segments on either side of it is going to be congruent. Going down to 5, 3 tells us that the lengths are equal. Number 4, we have AC now equaling 5x and CD equaling 2x plus 12. So we substituted the letters for the numbers. It's a substitution property. Now, our reason for 5 is subtraction property. So when we subtract from one side to the next, we're subtracting 2x. So 5x minus 2x is 3x equals 12. And then going from 3x equals 12 to x equals 4, we divide. So division property of equality, and that's number 3. Number 4 says, use the transitive property of congruence to complete the following statement. If angle URY is congruent to angle JMK, and angle of JMK is congruent to angle GRA, then we're going to say the angle URY is congruent to what? It's going to be congruent to angle GR and A. That's because if we have two things equal to something else, then they're both equal to each other. So GR and A. And that's number 4. Number 6, use the symmetric property of congruence to complete the following statement. If angle F is congruent to angle S, then something is congruent to angle F. Symmetric means you just flip-flop the order. So angle S is congruent. And that's number 6. 7, it says consider the following relationship among people. Has a smaller shoe size than. Tell whether this relationship is reflexive, symmetric, transitive, or none of these. But looking at the sample, it says the relationship is younger than, is not reflexive, symmetric, but it is transitive. So it pretty much tells you that our example is going to be transitive. And that's number 7.